In this video, I want to share with you how to make a fermented hot sauce. So, for this, I like to use, of course, my serranos that I grow in my garden because I could allow them to turn red, and they just make a super tasty hot sauce that way. Sometimes you can find them in farm stands, and so what you do, this is only about a quarter pound. It's the end of the season here in Pennsylvania. It's the end of October, and this is the very last of what I have on my plants. So this is about a quarter of a pound. And what you do is chop them. Always wear your gloves, and you just take off the stem and then chop them about that wide. And then after we get these all chopped up, I can show you a little bit about the ferment jars. Okay, so for the brine, for the fermented hot sauce, you put in 3/4 of a tablespoon of sea salt or kosher salts. The important thing is whenever you're doing a ferment is that you do not use an iodized salt. And so this is 1 cup of unchlorinated water. Another really important step, use unchlorinated water or very well filtered, and add 1/4 cup of white wine vinegar. So that's our brine. It's so simple, it's so easy. Stir it up so that the salt dissolves a little bit. And now it's ready to combine the peppers that I have cut up and the brine, and we combine them and put them in a jar. So about the fermenting jars, I have 2 kinds. You do not need to buy a special one. You can just improvise one. You get a canning jar, you put your whatever you're fermenting in, and then you take a bag, you seal it, a Ziploc bag, put water in it, seal it, and put it on the top of the inside of the jar. That I read, it's okay. I've done it. I prefer some of these ferment jars that I've gotten. This one is very good. It's called the Easy Fermenter, and basically how it works is you screw this lid on after you put your product in. Your food, I use these a lot for kimchi. And you push this down and you take the air out. Now the other jar that I got that I tend to like even a little bit more is this one, and it basically uses like a spring in here, and it makes sure that your peppers or whatever you're fermenting is completely submerged beneath the liquid, which is what you want, and it also keeps the oxygen out. So that one I got on, I bought that one especially because I wanted it to be metal. I don't like to use plastics if I could help it. So I got this one online and I'm very happy with it. The thing that you need is a wide mouth canning jar for this. And then you actually put a little water in this rim, and I suppose that helps to keep out even more oxygen. So this is a jar that's full that I've already started. And basically what it is what I had said, that you combine these peppers with the vinegar brine, and then you put it in and you assemble your jar according to the directions on your package. And then you put it for a week or 2. 2 weeks is good because it's in the first 2 weeks that the most flavor develops. Once this is fermented in a nice cool space for 2 weeks, then I will I'm going to run it through a Vitamix. And all right, so this is the one that I had fermenting for 2 weeks down in my basement where it's nice and it's cool and it's out of the sunlight. So I'm going to take this apart just to show you how this particular fermenter works. There's a little water in the top. You take that off, you can spill that out, and here's the spring that keeps everything submerged, which I really do like the idea of that, because I know there's nothing kind of poking up and out of its fermenting liquid. So now what we want to do is strain this, but we must hold on to reserve the brining solution. So pour this through. It looks beautiful, and it smells absolutely delicious. And now we're ready to put this into the Vitamix. So there's the rest. There are seeds in there, and that's all right. I just pull out if there seems to be an excess. I like to remove them. All right, this is ready for the Vitamix to be put it on high. Give it a spin. All right, so before I do the best part of the hot sauce making, in my opinion, I just want to say if you like my videos, please subscribe and I'll keep making some more of them. And now for the best part. So we take our fermented serrano peppers and put it into the Vitamix. And along with that, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of distilled vinegar and 2 tablespoons of the brine. Now, we can see right here how nice and cloudy the brine is because it fermented for 2 weeks and it gets cloudy. And that's one of the ways to know that you have a really nice healthy brine, a nice ferment. So here's our 2 tablespoons. And this fermented hot sauce is just a whole different flavor profile than a hot sauce that you would make without fermenting. Now, okay, let's take a peek. And we have a beautiful, rich hot sauce. Oh, which at this point, I am going to actually, I'm going to blend this just a little bit more because I want it a little bit smoother. So, oh, it is potent. It smells fabulous. Now, there are some adjustments that you can make now. If you want, you can add a little bit more of the brine. And what that'll do, it'll make this a little bit thinner, but it'll also make it a little bit saltier because you had that salt in the brining liquid, of course. And then you can add a little bit more vinegar if you want to make this thinner. It'll make it thinner, and that will make it also a little bit more acidic. I happen to like it just like this, just super full flavor of the serrano. And now what I do is get a funnel, and it'll make it easy to put into my jar, or I should say my bottle, my hot sauce bottle. So here we go. Absolutely beautiful, delicious serrano fermented hot sauce. Okay, there we go. Put it into the fridge and it lasts several weeks. Hope you enjoy.